satellite trailing behind us. We're trying to point to one of the CCTV camera twins. We had the camera Bravo constantly on the tether. Unfortunately, we don't see the tip of the boom, but in a few seconds you'll see the tether break. And this one, of course, was not attended, it just recorded. It could not be bumped either, so it will record steadily the whole break and coil back of the tether.
Copy, Claude.
We go.
Again, this is a view of the satellite.
Well, if it had to break, it did it in the right place.
So.
Commander Andy Allen reported earlier that the tether apparently broke inside the boom in Columbia's cargo bay, with only about 10 meters of tether left attached in the cargo bay.
We're going to downlink some camera A to you.
Columbia and the satellite now 77 nautical miles apart. Again, that call reporting that the crew can see the tether and see the satellite, that it's beautiful. This view showing the satellite. Again, just moving into sunrise. 81 nautical miles now from Columbia.
You guys getting the image?
Franklin, we see a long line, a couple of star-like things, and a lot of things swimming in the foreground. Can you describe what you're seeing?
Well, the long line is a tether, and there's a little bit of debris that kind of flies with us, and it's illuminated by the sun at such low angle. So there's a lot of stray light, and it's getting washed out quickly, but Claude is trying to do a quick, good job here adjusting the cameras.
Copy that.
Again, that description by the crew, this is the tether in the satellite with approximately 12 miles of tether still attached to it. Columbia and the satellite now just passing over the west coast of northern Africa. The two spacecraft now 90 nautical miles apart. Controllers for the satellite did have communications with it during the close pass between Columbia and the satellite.
Columbia, Houston, that's a much better view, a lot more contrast visible. And how wide does that tether appear to be? It seems to resemble a much wider strand than we'd expect. Can you describe which way the satellite is visible on that strand?
Satellite now 100 nautical miles.
Charlie, completely unzoomed, and you see the full extent of the tether. I try to adjust the focus, but I can't get better than that.
Okay, Claude. Thank you.
I'm going to zoom in now.
Satellite in Columbia now almost 100 nautical miles apart. Controllers here remain in communications with the satellite. They've been in communications with it now via the payload interrogator on board Columbia, using Columbia as a communications relay station for telemetry from the satellite. They've been in communications for about 47 minutes, receiving a very solid lock of communications with it. Those communications now starting to get some interference, however, again, the two passed within 46 nautical miles of one another. The crew first saw the satellite when it was 150 nautical miles distant. During the past sunrise. During this sunrise, this view shows the satellite again here in the center of the screen with 12 nautical miles of tether connected to it. At present, the two now are 108 nautical miles apart. Columbia now ahead of the satellite. Continue to separate from it at a rate of 335 nautical miles per orbit.
And we can still see it on our monitors, a very faint straight line, becoming smaller and smaller and fainter.
We still see it with you. It's remarkably straight. Thank you, Claude. Range 113.
Seen any downlink?
We have the downlink and we have the tether.
It's in the upper left-hand corner there, straight as an arrow. So it seems from here.
Yes, sir, we have it. Great picture.
It came and went pretty quick, but that was about as much as we have of it.
Great effort, thanks. We'll be handing over here in about 45 seconds.
Thanks, Claude. We got the downlink and we're looking. Okay, Claude, we see it now.
It's just a straight segment on the same brightness of the whole length of the segment. Right now we don't really see the satellite itself, just a straight segment in the sky. And we see the satellite now. It's like a bright spot at the end of the tether, and on the other end, the low end, there's also a relatively bright spot, which is maybe an accumulation of the tether. And we are downlinking camera delta now.
Okay, we copied and understand as you're viewing it on the monitor, the satellite is at the top of the tether.
That's correct. Well, let me take this back. Venus is above the tether, so the satellite is on the same side as Venus. So it's on the monitor. I'm looking at the monitor now. It's on the lower side of the tether on the monitor.
And thanks, Claude. We copy.
Do you see camera delta view?
Affirmative.
Okay. Columbia, you copy my last?
Yeah, we just selected it, Franklin, and we see the satellite.
Okay, great.
Columbia Houston, FIDO's showing the satellite to be 719 miles away from Columbia.
Well, that's pretty amazing, and we were wondering if we were going to be able to see it at 20 kilometers.
Well, that is an excellent data point. I guess in the cosmic scheme of things, though, even 719 miles is right next door.
Across the border between Central and South America, and then track across the lower Caribbean before making a swing across the Atlantic Ocean, and a tour across northwestern, central, and southeastern portions of Africa.